our first presenter is Sam Sarkar, Diagnosing Diabetes from Human Breath. His program is, he's getting the PhD in Bioengineering, and his major advisor is John Gibbs.
30 million. That's how many Americans suffer from diabetes today. 100,000 of them die each year. These numbers are increasing. We diagnose diabetes using a blood test, but blood tests are inconvenient. We don't do it unless we have to. This causes delays in diagnosis. So a year ago, I asked myself the question, can we diagnose diabetes without a blood test? It turns out that our breath is a good barometer of our health. Many diseases leave traces of chemicals in the breath. People who have diabetes have a particular chemical called acetone in their breath. So if we can detect acetone, we can detect diabetes. But the concentration of acetone is very small, 1 parts per million. And detecting that is like trying to find one person among the whole population of Phoenix. So in my research, I've made transistors, which are like electronic switches. They have voltage current graphs. But instead of using conventional semiconductor material like silicon, I use two-dimensional materials. Now, these materials exist as a single layer of molecules. To understand why it is special, consider what happens when you're outside in the cold. You may have noticed that the tip of your nose and your fingers get cold first. And that's because they have much more surface area compared to the volume they occupy. Two-dimensional materials are similar. All the atoms are on the surface. That makes them very sensitive. They can sense the presence of even a single acetone molecule coming near it. So if you make a transistor with this material, and if you breathe on it, because of the chemicals in the breath, the current would change. The hypothesis of my research was that this change would be different for people who have diabetes versus people who do not. And as the graph on the slide shows, the two currents are indeed different. So this supported my hypothesis. And these devices are tiny, so tiny that we could fit thousands of them on your phone. So we could just speak into your phone and have them analyze your breath, look for chemicals. My mother is diabetic, and she has to do blood tests every week. I would love it if she and all those 30 million Americans can stop doing blood tests and can just speak into their phone and read their blood sugar level on the phone screen. Thank you.